honored and distinguished guests, dear Polonia. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Polish-Canadian Heritage Day celebration. What an honor and privilege to be with you all here today to celebrate this very special occasion. And before I continue on, one of our distinguished guests, Mr. Ziad Aboultaif from the House of Commons, unfortunately has to leave soon. So I'm going to have him come up, but before he does, just a few words about him. He's here with his lovely wife, Elizabeth, and we're so happy that they could grace us with their presence today. He is a member of Parliament for Edmonton Manning, as the four-term Conservative Member of Parliament for Edmonton Manning, Ziad Aboultaif brings extensive experience as a successful business owner and operator to the House of Commons. First elected to Parliament in 2015, Mr. Aboultaif was re-elected in 2019, then in 2021, and 2025, so he must be doing something fantastic. He has served and worn many hats as official opposition critic for national revenue, shadow minister for international development, and shadow minister for digital government. A proud Canadian, Mr. Aboultaif was born in Lebanon and moved to Canada in 1990. He and his wife Elizabeth have 2 adult sons. Mr. Aboultaif has been widely recognized for his accomplishments, including his extensive work on community boards, earning an Alberta Centennial Medal, Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal, Queen's Platinum Jubilee Medal, and was awarded Uzbekistan's 30th National Anniversary Medal by President Shavkat Mirziyoyev. In 2024, he was welcomed into the prestigious and historic Royal Canadian Geographical Society's College of Fellows. Most recently, Mr. Aboultaif was awarded the King Charles III Coronation Medal for his service to Canada, just to name a few. We are honored that Mr. Aboultaif has joined us all the way from Ottawa today. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Ziad Aboultaif.
Thank you, Greta, and your worship, community leaders, leaders of the Polish Congress in Alberta and in Canada. I'm honored to be with you, and it's not fair for me to dominate the time of the schedule of this event. I have a plane to catch in about 45 minutes or an hour, so I have to be at the airport in half hour from now. Thanks for having me today. I'm no stranger to working with your wonderful community. I've done that when I lived in Castle Downs for 15 years. We worked together with the community leaders to continue serving and enhancing the values, the democracy, the freedom, and the economy that we are so proud to enjoy in this wonderful province of Alberta. So as a member of Parliament for Edmonton Manning, a riding with more than 5,000 people of Polish background, it gives me a great pleasure to be here for the Canadian Polish Congress Alberta Society Polish-Canadian Heritage Day celebration. In Alberta, we celebrate the second Sunday of June as a Polish-Canadian Heritage Day to acknowledge the impact and contributions that the Polish community has had on our province. There are about 1 million Canadians with Polish ancestry. Lucky enough, in Alberta, we have about 200,000 live in the province. Parliament has also designated May as a Polish Heritage Month, acknowledging the important contributions the Polish Canadians have made to our nations in the arts, in business, in sports, our military, education, science, and business. Because I'm from Edmonton, when I think of a Polish Canadians, the first name that comes to mind, of course, the great one, Wayne Gretzky. It has been more than 25 years since he retired, but he's still the person we think of first when we think of the Oilers. And when we travel the world, the first question comes to us, do you know Wayne Gretzky? So it's definitely Canadian pride, and I'm sure the community is proud that the roots of Mr. Gretzky is Polish roots. I know from history that Polish immigrants played an important role in settling in this province before Alberta became a province. In my understanding, the community first comer was in 1885, if I'm not mistaken. Alberta joined the Federation in 1905. So 20 years before Alberta became part of the Federation, first a Polish person arrived and landed here. And here we have got 200,000 active community members that we're very proud to know and work with. And the clear land, basically we know, and I know enough that the community have cleared the lands, made farms, work in the coal mines, and along the way they raised their families, building churches and schools and community halls to serve its population. So let us celebrate today with food and dance, honoring the roots of this great community and looking forward to a great future for Polish Canadians as a part of a stronger Alberta within a united Canada. Thanks for having me today, and enjoy your day. Thanks.
As we gather here on the grounds of the Polish Hall, we recall when in 2021 the Legislative Assembly of Alberta declared the second Sunday in June as Polish Canadian Heritage Day to acknowledge the impact and contributions that the Polish community has had on Alberta. We are so grateful for your presence, be it at this morning's flag raising at Violent King Henry Plaza, Legislative Grounds, the Mass celebrated at the Holy Rosary Parish prior to these festivities, and or here at our hall. Thank you for coming out to meet your Polish neighbors, as our theme states. Our first wave of Polish settlers arrived in the years 1885 through 1918. They came while Poland was still under partitions. The forests were their greatest resource. They built farms, schools, and churches. They wanted to uphold the Polish language and traditions. The second wave envelops the years 1918 to 1939. After 123 years of having been off of the map of Europe, Poland had to rebuild itself. This task ended up being more challenging for some people, and as a result, many had immigrated to Alberta. These immigrants worked hard and were grateful for the opportunity to start a new life. The third wave encompasses the years 1945 to 1956. Resilient and determined after World War II, these immigrants, many who had been deported during the Second World War, did not have a Poland, their pre-war Poland, to go back to again. Instead, they built a vibrant Polish community on Alberta soils. Many groups, organizations had been formed or resurrected. Churches and halls were built. Many things that we have today were initiated by this group of patriotic immigrants. And the hall that we are in today was built initially in 1960. And these poles, I remember, a little later on, I remember my uncle, who was an electrician, and many Poles who came here were working during the day, and at night they came here and gave of their labor. No one paid them, they gave of their labor, and they were building the hall, doing plumbing, electrical, carpentry. So this is what having a church meant to them, having a hall, this is what it was very important to them. The fourth wave constitutes certain periods between 1956 and 1995. In the 1980s, the Polish people went through political, economic, and social turbulence with the enforcement of martial law. Many educated Poles and skilled laborers sought refuge in Alberta. The fifth wave embraces the time frame from Poland entering the European Union to the present. Many Canadians with enthusiasm employed Polish skilled laborers and professionals. Some Polish businesses began to invest in Alberta's economy. We saw that the Hydrogen Conference held in Edmonton in April of 2024, which solidified the ties between Poland and Alberta, as well as Poland and Canada. It also coincided with the visit of the former President of the Republic of Poland, Andrzej Duda, and his wife, former First Lady Agata Kornhauser-Duda, who we hosted in this hall. Although we do not see the numbers in this particular wave as the ones preceding it, positive relations are certain. Throughout the years, what was always steadfast amongst each wave was the utmost desire, ardent determination, and resolute commitment of upholding and preserving the Polish language, history, culture, traditions, and values. We say Bóg, honor, ojczyzna, God, honor, and the homeland. Today in Edmonton, we have 2 parishes, a daycare run by Polish Sisters of Mary Immaculate, 2 Saturday schools, Henryk Sienkiewicz and Maria Szanowska, 6 folklore dance ensembles, Łowicz, Opoczno, Oberek, Polonez, Piast, and Mazur, all of whom have displays. 1 Highlander organization, a cappella group, Alberta, Polish Scouts and Girl Guides, with their display, and a huge thank you to Iwona Zalewski-Iwoj for her beautiful painting up front in the foyer, Meet Your Polish Neighbors. Mazurka Music and Arts Society, who will be performing for us shortly. Several charitable organizations that support the above-mentioned groups, including the Polish-Canadian Society, Knights of Columbus, our veterans, Polish Canadians Women Federation, all of whom have displays as well. The combatants, academic and humanitarian organizations providing aid to children, the sick and displaced, as well as those who support the elderly. We also have radio TV programs, not to mention this Polish hall downtown, including the Kopernik Club, a Polish veterans hall, along with their country lodge known as Wawel. In Calgary, we currently have a Polish parish, school, hall, Scouts and Girl Guides, as well as 3 dance groups and other organizations that thrive. Lethbridge and Grand Prairie also have Polish organizations that continue to prosper. For our Polonia to continue to flourish, it is up to us and our generation to pick up and carry the torch further so that the light will always shine brightly. We are so happy and proud to be part of the Canadian mosaic. As president of the Canadian Polish Congress for Alberta, I am so proud of all our wonderful and hardworking organizations. It truly is an honor to serve you all. Thank you all for coming out today. I also would like to take this opportunity to thank our fantastic DJ, Greg Ostepovich, for providing the music for today's event. Also, a huge round of applause to the Board of Directors, manager, and staff of the Polish Hall for all their assistance and support with today's event. We appreciate that you have joined us to celebrate this beautiful day. Enjoy the awesome entertainment. Please take in the displays, video presentations, music, folk dancing, and the delicious Polish food. Thank you. Dziękuję bardzo.
Thank you, Ms. Derus. It was a coin toss between saying thank you, Ms. Derus, or dziękuję, mama. We are also very happy that our mayor, His Worship Andrew Knack, is able to attend with us today. Born in Edmonton, Mayor Knack moved back to the city from Spruce Grove after high school to attend the University of Alberta, where he earned a Bachelor of Commerce degree. Mayor Knack credits his experience in the business sector, his involvement with Edmonton's community leagues, and his dedication to community engagement with helping him understand the complexities of public office. In 2013, Mayor Knack began serving on City Council. For 3 terms, Mayor Knack represented the West End in Wards 1 and Nakota Iska on City Council. Known for his bright blue suits and equally bright outlook, Mayor Knack brings a spirit of openness and optimism to his work. As a councillor, Mayor Knack led many key initiatives, including Next Gen, seniors, public engagement, and transportation innovation. He has also served as the City Council representative on the Accessibility Advisory Committee, the City of Edmonton Youth Council, the Edmonton Transit System Advisory Board, Edmonton Public Library Board, and the Alberta Municipalities Executive Committee. He is particularly proud of championing the Lewis Farms Recreation Center and Library, pushing for more accessible transit for seniors and youth. Mayor Knack was sworn in as the 37th Mayor of Edmonton on October 29, 2025. Mayor Knack was elected on a commitment to champion Edmonton during our unprecedented growth, in alignment with the City Council's priorities of economic development, safety, quality services, and growth. Please put your hands together for His Worship, Mayor Andrew Knack.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Slightly less bright blue suit for me today. I had a very colorful shirt. I was running really late between our Pride brunch, the Mayor's Pride brunch, which ended at like 1:30, and getting here on time for 2, so didn't have time to change, so you get a little bit of the festive attire today. Really excited to be here today on behalf of City Council. It is truly an honor to join you today as we celebrate Polish-Canadian Heritage Day. For nearly 140 years, Polish Canadians have been among the most respected city builders. Your ancestors took a chance on this region, on our occasionally cold winters, our open prairies, and the promise of a new beginning. They arrived with little more than hope, and through hard work and persistence and sacrifice, they built a proud and caring community. And the legacy of Polish Canadians is written all across our city, in neighborhoods, in churches, in businesses, and family names that have been part of Edmonton's story. And as Edmonton grows towards 2 million residents over the next decade, we need that same spirit. We need to build the kind of neighborhoods where people come together, support one another, and thrive, just as your families have done. And I want to thank the Canadian Polish Congress Alberta Society for being that unified voice and for keeping this heritage alive, and talking about this space, providing that space where community can come together. What I can't think about, I've lost track rather of how many times I've been to this space for different community groups. So the fact that this space is always open to so many different communities is, I think, another testament to the great relationship and the great community that Polish Canadians have been building. And I love how you touched on that this is really the fabric of our Canadian heritage, and it's something we need to continue to think about as we go through conversations later this year about the importance of this country and the great contributions from Polish Canadians. So to everyone here today, I want to say thank you for making Edmonton a stronger community, a richer community, a more welcoming community, and let us continue building this incredible city together, just as you have built physical spaces like this, but also built the community spaces through your welcoming and inclusive community. So thank you so much for having me. Look forward to checking out all the displays once we're finished the opening sessions here. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Mayor Knack. Your kind comments are very much appreciated. And now we have a special visitor from Toronto, our wonderful president of the Canadian Polish Congress, National Executive, Mr. Dominik Roszak. Oh, please. Mr. Roszak has served as president of the National Executive for the past 2 years. It is clear how much the Canadian Polish Congress has thrived under his stellar leadership. He stepped into this role as president with a crystal vision. His dedication, clear communication, and steady guidance has kept us moving forward. We thank him for his tireless service and for setting a high standard of leadership for all of us. Please join me in welcoming, once again, to the microphone, President Dominik Roszak.
Thanks for that kind introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, szanowni państwo, drodzy rodacy, it's such a great pleasure for me to be able to be here and for a change to have such nice weather in Edmonton compared to Toronto. So congratulations, that's awesome. It's such a great pleasure for me to be here in Edmonton with this wonderful community, with these wonderful leaders. We have Greta Derus, the head of our Alberta branch. We have John Shumlas, the honorary consul. We have Halina Made, our regional director on our head executive board. And I want to tell you how proud we are across the country of your contributions to Canada's Polonia. That 200,000 really carries a lot more than just that number. Your community is one of the most active in Canada, well organized, and we're very proud of that and of your contributions. So thank you for your service to our community. I want to say as well, I'm pleased to be here with some transplants from Polonia in Ontario. My family, my cousin Adam, his wife Amy, and their son Lucas and daughter Maya. So they moved here last year. And I was very proud to see Lucas yesterday practicing his Polish on Duolingo. So he's doing very well, and we're very proud of him, and Maya as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this month, we just celebrated Polish Heritage Month in Canada. It's held in May. We were honored to have that declared by the House of Commons in 2024. And May is important for us because of our May 3rd, 1791 Constitution, the second truly democratic constitution anywhere in the world. But Polish Canadian Heritage Day here in June, it also marks an important part of modern Polish history. When we look at Poland's democratic transition from communist occupation to a free country that is now entering the G20 and is a strong economy, is a leader in all aspects, is protecting Europe's eastern flank and NATO, and in so many ways, the Polish community here in Canada contributed to that through the difficult times, through the 1970s, 80s, and so on, in supporting that. But we can all stand here proudly as Polish Canadians, seeing a wonderful partner in modern Poland, and Canada and Poland have recently signed a strategic partnership, which means that relationship is heading to new heights. So much to be proud of from our contributions here historically, but looking towards the future, we have so much to look forward to. So thank you again for all of your work. Thank you for this wonderful day and the wonderful celebration and the displays. Look forward to seeing them all. Wszystkiego najlepszego. Dziękuję.
Thank you, Mr. Roszak, for coming to celebrate our special day with us. We truly appreciate it. We now invite a very special person who the Polish community hold near and dear to their hearts, the Honorary Consul for the Republic of Poland for Northern Alberta, Mr. John Shumlas. Mr. John Shumlas was recently recognized with an honorary medal for serving Polonia and Poles abroad by the Consulate General for the Republic of Poland in Vancouver, Ms. Alexandra Kutze. John, the mic is yours.
Szanowni Państwo, and it's always difficult to follow articulate individuals like President Greta, like President Dominik, like our mayor, and like our member of parliament. And so my job is to bring a little bit of information relative to why I went to a colleague of mine in the legislature and indicated that we Poles of Canadian we Canadians of Polish background struggle with recognizing events that really need to stand out. We're very good at Trzeciej Maja, May 3rd. We're very good relative to Black Ribbon Day. We're very good relative to other, what I would call, challenging events. But we have to remember that on the Sunday in June, 37 years ago, finally, people of Poland stood up, listened to St. John Paul II, who told them not to be afraid. They marshaled their energy. They were determined in their challenging assault, and I'll use the word assault, on the crumbling communist Soviet state that ended the Second Republic of Poland in 1939 and allowed them to have democratic elections. You know, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important to understand that all of us, whether those like myself were born here in Alberta, or those of you who came in the second wave, the third wave, or the first or the fourth wave, that we are most fortunate that we live in a country that solves its problems with words as opposed to bullets. You know, my parents, which came here in 1948 from DP camp with my two oldest brothers who were born there. And interestingly enough, my nephew, who's the chief superintendent of Calgary Catholic, you know, he came to me and he says, you know, Uncle John, I want a Polish passport. And I go, fine, let's put it together. I need your dad's birth certificate. Well, he was born in Germany. I had to go through the embassy in Berlin to get his birth certificate, and shortly he will have his Polish passport. You know, there's no doubt that as we witness the madman of Moscow for over the last 5 years has attempted to rebuild his empire, I'm convinced that standing together that must not happen, and we should acknowledge that our cousins in Ukraine have, through partnerships with Canada and other European nations, built a drone system that is now being purchased by the countries of the Middle East to prevent them to deal with the brunt. But, you know, the Polish-Canadian Heritage Day marks a celebration. And that's why, for the last 5 years, a number of us gather at the legislature building to raise the Polish flag. This year, we had sunshine. Other years, we had snow and lots of rain and cold weather, but this year we had sunshine. And so that's an omen relative to what we need to look forward to. Because as our president, our national president indicated, Poland soon will be granted membership in the group of 20. That is something that we need to acknowledge, that Poland, 37 years ago, was ranked 162 of countries of the world. Today, they are now moving into the 20th spot of the fastest growing economy in the world. As our President Derus indicated, you know, 2 years ago, we in this room hosted President Duda. He was here with a large delegation to acquire agreements to purchase Alberta's hydrogen. 3 weeks ago, you're all aware, the government of Germany has acquired a massive amount of natural gas, subject to us having a couple of pipelines built to move it to our LNG terminal on the British Columbia coast, to allow Europe, allow Poland, allow Germany, allow the other countries in Europe to have democratically clean natural gas, which we in the province of Alberta. So, you know, I'm going to wrap this up by not going through everything that I spoke, but I do want to thank all of the organizations and a number of the presidents that are here for those organizations for displaying their contributions. Dominik, I'm glad that your relatives are Albertans. We welcome you to Alberta. We want you to feel very comfortable here in Alberta, and we look forward to having you participate in a number of events. And most importantly, I have to go upstairs here shortly because we have a graduation activity that is taking place. And I told them that I'd try to be up to speak to the graduates of our North Side Polish school that is taking place today. And so, ladies and gentlemen, all the individuals that are here, thank you very much. But most importantly, don't forget, 37 years ago, this month of June, on a Sunday, those of you who came after 1989, but those of you who lived through martial law, lived through the challenges of communist dictatorship, you stood up and you allowed the Soviet system to finally crumble. And together, working together, Your Worship, we will not allow the madman from Moscow to rebuild the Soviet Empire, which is his objective. Poland leads the way in Central Europe in fighting the assault. The Soviets, or the new Soviets as they're called, against the border of Poland. Dziękuję bardzo. Thank you very much. Enjoy yourself. And thank you very much for coming and enjoy. And thanks, my friend Jacek, for your display, and all of the organizations for their displays. Have a good afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Shumlas, for sharing your reflections with us and for joining us today. We also appreciate your presence very much. And now we have a musical treat from Mazurka Music and Art Society. The mission of Mazurka Music and Art Society is to be active in the Edmonton performing arts scene, continually developing our reputation for excellence in artistry and for engendering collaboration between the arts, especially by organizing integrated performances of historical and contemporary classical music, visual arts, literature, and dance. Their goals are to create new performance opportunities for Canadian and international artists and to excite audiences with new experiences. Today, they will perform the following pieces: Franz Joseph Haydn, Sonata in G Major, First Movement, and Frédéric Chopin, Waltz a Mot, both performed by the young and talented pianist Alfonso Warszyński. Then we will have Tatiana Warszyński perform on violin Adam Wroński's Mazurek. Finally, we will have the very talented pianist Mikołaj Warszyński perform Frédéric Chopin Nocturne Sismo, as well as Etuda Rewolucyjna. Please give them a warm round of applause for our artists.
hands together for Oberek, Mały Oberek, and Opoczno. Thank you, Asha.
kasztanki. Ej, wy mnie zawieziecie do mojej kochanki. Ej, jadą miose, jadą na konicku gniadą. Ej, cekoj mnie dziewczyno pod zieloną salą.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Don't forget to stop by our table, meet your Polish neighbor, and learn more about the dance group. We are Mazur, Polish-Canadian Dancers of Edmonton. We hope you have a great night.
Please give a warm welcome to Mazur with their artistic director, Ania Guzik-Kofler. Look at how sweet those little ones are and how talented the little ones and the bigger ones, the older ones. Awesome job, guys. Bravo. They just don't want to leave the stage. Oh my God. Oh, we say in Polish, słodziaki, because they're just so sweet, so sweet. Well, this wraps up the artistic portion.